It's been a little while since I showed you guys an overview of where we're at. So this is Lake Pleasant down here. Now, and then this is Crown King up here. Now, we're in about probably this section today. And we're climbing up into the mountains. I go from 4,300 feet to almost 5,400 feet, so a little bit over 1,000 feet. Now, the super popular back way to Crown King is called this Crown King Trail. It's there's a rock right here everybody knows, and then everybody goes up like this crazy rock crawling way, which is kind of like straight up into Crown King, and I'm not taking that way. Essentially, I'm taking this other back way, which is like the end of Senator Highway. If you kept going on Senator Highway, up from Crown King, you could go from Crown King to Prescott, all dirt road. Maybe I'll do that ride one day. But I just wanted to give you an overview of where we're at. Let's get to the live action.
Alright, so I stopped and talked to a few fellow motorcyclists, and mad respect to those guys. They took the really difficult rock crawling way, the common back way to Crown King, and then they're taking this way down, which, hey, they don't have to go up Babyhead Hill, but I'm sure they could. They had those kind of skills, because they're riding heavy bikes, 2 Tenerays and a KTM, heavy bikes. Like, mad respect to those guys. I couldn't do it. At least not right now, maybe one day, but I could not do it. They're like, oh, you just gotta go faster. I was like, what? Oh, good. Yeah, anyway, that was crazy. So, I went down on this trail. I don't know if it'll, depending on the episode cuts, I don't know if it'll be in this episode or the last. But anyway, I was trying to have a suspension discussion, but then the trail took over and made me concentrate. Back to my suspension discussion. So, going up Babyhead Hill, I was bouncing off one side to the next side to the next side and couldn't get my line going, and I ended up dumping the bike. That's where I feel maybe upgraded suspension would help me, because I'm not bouncing so hard or pogo sticking off the right side and then the left side and then the right side. You get all this momentum that is basically undampened. It's just sprung. It's just it's springing. And it's literally, the best term I can describe is pogo stick. And you're on a hill, so you can't slow down and like wrangle the pogo stick. I guess I probably maybe could have, but it was too late for that. So yeah, anyway, I couldn't wrangle the pogo stick, and then I think that's the reason I went down, is because the suspension is so soft. But see, like on this stuff right here, rocks, softball size rocks sticking out of the road. Oh, you got a side-by-side. On this stuff right here that's real rocky and bumpy, I like it that it's soft because I don't feel it. I can sit down, I can leisure my way through this stuff. If it was, I don't know, I guess I want really good suspension that's soft in the beginning part of the stroke and then firms up, or is at least well dampened. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll upgrade, and if it's too bad, I'll just go back. Waste $1,000 or whatever it is. Comment below what you guys think about my suspension discussion. This is all pretty good 2-track. It changes pretty frequently from like loose rock to sandy to loose dirt. Arizona terrain always throws different things at you. bumpy. This is like bumpy washboard stuff, but it's not bad. Big loose rocks in the middle. Stay on your track. Way more loose rocks now. Thankfully we're going downhill. Slowing it down. Very loose rock. Gotta drop off. We're gonna pick a different line here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just optimistic in my memory, but I don't remember it this bad. There's definitely been some more traffic through here in like the 9 or 10 months or however long I ran this. So back in my later episodes when Mike wrecked, I had to basically run this faster than I'm running it now. I was pushing because I was afraid I was going to have to go all the way to the ranger station in Crown King to find help and come all the way back and, you know, be midnight, 1 o'clock to get Mike off the hill. So I was kind of like booking through some of this. And I kind of need to be again, but jitters. I don't know how to explain it. I was talking to those motorcyclists, other fellow riders. The one guy on a Tenere, he ran into a side-by-side. I was like, oh, jeez. I was like, how fast are you guys going? And they said the side-by-side was going about 10 miles an hour and the motorcycle was going about 10 miles an hour. So, not super bad. But on his fork, his plastics were busted up. His crash guard, his engine guards were all scratched up real bad. And they said, I don't know, they kind of said that he like bounced off the front of it. I think the motorcycle was coming uphill and the side-by-side was going downhill. That would have been crazy to see. Would have been really cool to see on camera. And then now we're to like a smooth, flowy corner section. Just fun. Here in a minute we're just going to get into the sand drags, what I call the sand drags, because it's a straight section of nothing but sand. This is pretty sandy right here, but it's not the deep one yet. This is loose sand, but it's still got some good hard packed dirt under it. You see that hard packed dirt? On hard pack. This is nice. This is back to nice, kind of easy 2-track. It's bumpy. It's got some loose rocks and some ruts and some sand, but it's not as super narrow. It's not baby head hill. This is the kind of stuff I really enjoy. We might be coming up to the sandy part. Definitely getting looser. Yeah, this is like the sand, what I call the sand drag area. But because it rained last night, it's pretty nice and packed. It's usually really soft, and if you come up here in the summer, which kudos to you, must be in a Jeep or something. But if you come up here in the summer, the sand is really loose and it's hot, more aerated. This section is pretty sandy. You kind of see the sand built up on the side, the left side there. Of course, because it's straight, flat, side-by-sides really open it up and they churn up all the sand. But today it's not that bad. I think it's because of that rain last night, early this morning. Or I just haven't got to the real bad part. I don't know. No, it's probably because of the rain. It's pretty packed down. beginning to like the sand. I'll take the sand over rocky stuff any day. So I gotta be careful, gotta stay to my side. Never know when a side-by-side's coming around the corner. That's where I really enjoy a loud pipe, because they can kind of hear me coming. It is ridiculously loud, and it drones you out on the highway real bad, but it can help save me coming around a corner. Plus it gives me all the performance, so it's pros and cons, closely, evenly weighed. But for me personally, pros come out on top of a louder pipe like that. Now if I was just putting this bike around the farm or something, I'd leave it quiet, stop. This is all uphill sand, so we're just tractoring, churning along in second gear. There's a cool windmill over there. Let's see if we can go check that out. Oh, must have passed it. Not checking out the windmill today. Got some other cool stuff to check out along the way though. Back in the sand. Back in the sand. Real loose sand. Don't want to hit it side by side. Making it. Sand is nice today. That rain last night. Starting to get cooler. Climbing up here in this mountains. Up here in Crown King, it's nice and cold. I have to put on my sweater. So if you watched the Mic video, this is where I found a side-by-side guy with a winch. They were sitting right here, and I was able to go down and rescue Mike. Never been on this trail, don't know nothing about that trail. Maybe we'll come back one day and run it. Need to do some research on it though. We're gonna keep going straight. In the road or off camber, like pumps, they always worry me, like the motorcycle's gonna slip off of them. Sometimes you can just run right in them, but like, see, this is all, well, I don't know if you can see, this is all off camber, sideways road. U-turn coming up. Ugh. Rocky, rutted, not that bad. You just kind of gotta pick your line. Sometimes there's big bumps like that one. Rocky, sandy, it changes so fast. From rocks to sand, to bumps, to ruts. See, like this right here, soft sand. And then we're gonna get into bumps and ruts. Off camber. Oh, I was in way too low a gear, but tractor mode lugged me along. Need to be going faster. Alright, time to stand. I was getting bucked around pretty good. Rutted. Rocky. We made the right way. There's a fork in the road. I remember I used to always stay left. Ah. Crossed over. Maybe I should practice and work on my standing more. Now we got some downhill. I'm looking for something very specific to show you guys. It's hard to see unless you know and you've been there before. But once you start getting up here in the pine trees, that's when you need to start looking for it.